Well, hello, welcome back to my channel, Lee's Love Language. Today, I thought about something. We was out, if y'all seen, we went to a concert. But, I kind of thought about then the relationships while we was out that, people have with one another. Establishing great relationships with people, just not with your loved ones, but just other people in general. And I kind of just recognized how like people was, engaging with one another, while we was out to eat or what have you. And I thought to myself, I said, this is a video I should make when it comes to how should we establish great relationships, with one another. When it comes to even business wise, one thing that I know everybody, have this little joke when they go to Chick-fil-A, and the little joke is, or whatever, that Chick-fil-A treats you better than your own family members or whatever. They had that on social media one time. But Chick-fil-A, they do a wonderful job. And when it comes to relationships with people, that's why people keep coming back. It's just not about the food, but it's about the service that they give people. And the service comes from a background of establishing a good relationship with the public. They're nice. They tell you my pleasure. So people love that. People love to be served, and people just love also somebody, who's giving them a kind word. So it just goes back to me saying is that what we are doing as yourself, what are you doing to establish a great relationship with someone? It could be anyone. Like I said, it could be family, it could be friends, it could be business. I have learned that establishing good relationships with people just in general could take you a long way. People always look at your character. How do you treat people? Sometimes we don't realize is that treating people well is a seed that you plant, and you will get that same seed in return, and people retreat you well also. So I think it's just about being very mindful of how you're treating the person. Even sometimes, people have bad days or whatever, loved ones or whatever. And sometimes we have to be patient. Sometimes we take offense because somebody has, came off wrong, said something wrong to you or whatever. And you be like, what'd I do to them? I ain't do anything. You're right, you didn't. They just having a bad day. So sometimes, you have to let some things just slide. Don't take offense to it. Because if you didn't say anything to them, you ain't do anything, then apparently you are not the root to the problem. Is why they came off at you in a certain type of way. I get that all the time, with the job that I work, dealing with the public. Some people, is nice. And some people, they don't speak back. When you speak to them, they just look at you. I don't take offense to it. Because at the end of the day, I didn't do anything to you. So apparently you're having a bad day. And some people just don't know how to handle their emotions when it comes to something that they're going through, and they tend to take it out on other people. So, but the main thing that I thought about on this video is that we really just need to be mindful, and generous when it comes to people, because what really makes things operate on this earth? People. mean, we are God's highest creation. So we just got to just really, you know, just be conscious of us establishing good relationships with people. And even on this channel, you know, the people who's subscribing to this channel, and I look at you all as I'm establishing a relationship with you. I mean, y'all, you know, y'all leave comments, I comment back or whatever. That's a relationship that I'm establishing. And, you know, I try to be transparent as much as possible on this channel, you know, or what's going on, or things that I have experienced, or just trying to add value to people's lives or whatever. Because at the end of the day, we all here is to serve one another. And that's part of establishing great relationships with one another. So, you know, I just thought about that while I was out last night with Jay. And like I said, there's times that I tried to, like on my last video, I try to, these people can't drive here. You got almost an accident that just happened just now. But anyway, I tried to look at myself, like my last video, I tried to look at myself in the mirror and realize, okay, what I need to work on. So that's something that, you know, we can always work on as just, you know, as a whole, as establishing these relationships with people, because, you know, people could be a blessing to you, you know, whether if you realize it or not. I have experienced that in my life, that I made relationships with people, and then down the line, who knew that, you know, that established that relationship with them, that it was going to be a blessing to me. So, you know, likewise or whatever, like, always keep that in mind, that, you know, part of establishing that relationship is kindness, you know, is walking in love. And, you know, nowadays people just don't, I don't know, it's just, it's so much negativity that you can actually focus on in this world nowadays. And me personally, I try not to focus on that negativity. I just don't have time for it. It gives up too much of your energy, you know. And what good is going to do you to always focusing on that negative stuff? I mean, you be on social media, people be on social media posting all kind of things that's negative or whatever. Listen, you are the captain of your soul. So it's up to you. Whether what you look at, what you listen to, what you talk about. Nobody can control you but you. So, it's another thing. No excuses when it comes to getting better in life or whatever. Own it. You know what I'm saying? Own it. That's the thing or whatever. When we start to learn to own our stuff, then we can become better. That was like in my last video or whatever. Like I was, if y'all didn't see my last video, I was speaking of how can we get better. You know, that was the topic of my last video. So this right here is just pretty much just like, you know, how can we establish good relationships? You know, how can we be better in relationships in general? So just something that I thought that I'd just share with you all. It was on my mind. And like I said, we left talking to all my subscribers, new subscribers that's coming to or whatever. I thank y'all. We have left, but we haven't arrived. So we never want to get to the point that we think we have arrived. No, we still got work to do. We still, until you leave this planet, you always still have work to do on yourself. Never get complacent, never get too comfortable about becoming a better person every day. So, to again, thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, please subscribe. This content is just more of relationship standpoints. Everybody gonna deal with some type of relationship. So, you know, it's valuable. It's value that I'm trying to add or whatever. Please hit the thumbs up. Greatly appreciate it. Until again, peace, love, language.